Hi everyone and welcome back. I'm going to be creating two tags today. I wanted to do a simple project that anybody can do, and I grabbed two Prima tags. This is the Frank Garcia tags, and they come with a white background on one side and basically a cardboard background on the other, like a chipboard background. And all I'm going to do is just going to decorate them and just create a fun little tag that you can give away as a present or hang in your room. Basically, you can do anything you want with it, and you can apply any of these techniques to any type of project. So let's get started. I'm going to be working on the white side of the tags, and the first thing I want to do is add some texture. And to do that, my favorite technique to use is stencils. So I'm going to be using two different stencils. These are the Finnabair stencils. There is the lace one and the passiflora one. And I am going to do these both, one on each of the tags. And all the links are listed below in the description area. I am going to use 3D gloss gel, but you can definitely use any type of paste or matte medium or anything that is thick. I just had this at hand and I figured I could use it. I don't like using a lot of gloss gel unless I am covering it. And since I'm going to be covering this with gesso, I knew it was fine to use that to create texture. And since it creates a 3D texture, it's the perfect medium for that. So for this tag, I'm going to use the lace one. And let's just find a nice area where we could create texture. So let's see, I want it to look like this. There we go. And then I just took my silicone brush and just create texture. Now texture doesn't have to be perfect. This is mixed media, and mixed media makes it easy to make mistakes because you can always rectify them by covering them. So it's really easy to just add a smooth layer of texture. And this is basically only the first layer. There's going to be so many more layers that I'm going to be adding as well. I'm trying to scrape off any excess that I have, and the rest will go back into the jar. Then I lift it up, and there you see, I mean, it's hard to see because it's white, and this will actually dry clear as well. So it's really important to clean the stencils afterwards, and I'm going to do that as soon as I'm done stenciling both. And the other thing I like doing is removing any excess from the edges. That way you don't have like little things sticking off the edges. So there's the first one. You can see it's textured enough and it will look really nice in the background. For the second one, I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to use it vertically like this just because I really want to create those vertical designs. So I'm doing the same thing. I am going to just cover everything. Now you don't have to cover the whole area. You could just cover partial areas of the tag as well. So you have the option of doing both things. Once you're done, you can either let it air dry, which takes longer, or you can definitely heat set it with a heat tool, and that way you will dry it much faster and you can get on with the next layer, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to clean my stencils first, and while I do that, this will dry up naturally, but then I will put a heat tool right on it. I selected various pieces of molds that I had already used in my silicone molds. These are some of the redesigned by Prima molds and some of the Finnabair molds. So I just picked some that I knew I would wanted to add on my tag, and all I want to do is first cover them in heavy gesso. So this is the black gesso, and while my tags are drying, I can paint these with the heavy gesso. That way I prep them for the rest of the project. So I want to make sure that I cover the pieces with black gesso in all directions because I want to add the new Finnabair waxes, and I want to make sure that it's covered everywhere, and I don't want to see any whiteness anywhere. So I'm just going to cover these fully, and then I'm going to do the same thing to the tags. I'm going to cover them in black gesso. So I'm going to take the tag itself and basically paint it with black gesso. But I'm not going to show all this in this video just because it's tedious and you don't really need to see me painting in black. So I'm just going to paint it behind the scenes and prep everything and then have it ready for the next layer. So ever since the Finnabair waxes came out, I fell in love with them a few years ago. And this year some new colors came out and they're just amazing. These are interference waxes, meaning that they change color whether you apply them on black or on white. And I've done a few projects with this on my YouTube channel, and you can watch some of those videos. And today I want to show you how to apply them on different textured backgrounds. So I picked two colors, which is the Peacock and the Mint Sparkle for this one, this tag. And then I picked the Indian Pink and the Sweet Rose for this tag. And then I have the Firebird color, which I'm going to add only as accents at the end. I have my favorite two colors that I've been using a lot, which is the Mint Sparkle and the Peacock, and they just look amazing on any background. But I really wanted to try and find another set of amazing combination of waxes that could potentially become my favorite as well. First, I'm going to start with one tag just because I don't like working on too many things at once. And I'm going to work first with my favorite colors, which is the Mint Sparkle, I said, and the Peacock. I love blue colors, so these are just gorgeous. And one of the tricks that I like to do is that I like to heat up a little bit the wax. That makes the wax a little bit more soft and it can be easily applied to the background. So all I'm doing is just heating it up a little bit, making it a bit warm and soft. Then I'm going to take my blending brushes or stipple brushes and I'm going to start adding this to the background. So I'm going to start over here and you can see this gorgeous color, which is a combination of like a mint color with a little bit of a copper background, and it's just gorgeous. So I'm going to add this one here on both corners. And then I'm going to add the Peacock color. I really, really love this color. It's super, super beautiful. And I am using packaging, an old packaging underneath so it doesn't stain everything, because these are highly pigmented and they stain easily. Now I'm going to take my other brush and I'm going to use the Peacock one on the other corners. And you can blend them together obviously as well, so they look really beautiful. So I love the combination between these two colors, but as I said, I want to try to find a new combination that I love very much, because I can't make every single project just with these two colors. So they make me feel happy and I incorporate them in many things, but I do need to kind of find something that will look different. So you can see the texture from the stencil over here and it looks really, really cool. And let me just do the face. So there we go. So there is the first one. I'm just going to set it aside and I am going to do the other one. And then I'm going to add the highlights for both of them. So for this one, I'm going to use these two colors. And I'm going to do the same thing, which is heat them first to make them softer. I'm going to start with the lighter color, which is the Sweet Rose. And then I'm going to add the darker color, which is the Indian Pink. It's more like a fuchsia color. I don't usually use pink in my projects, but I just figured I could figure out a different color to create for this. I don't want everything to look the same. Just grabbing a smaller brush so I can get in between the embellishments. So here's the pink version of it, and I love it as well. So this could be a favorite as well. A combination of these two colors are really gorgeous. Finally, I'm going to use the Firebird, which is a coppery orange color. It's one of my favorite ones to now highlight things. I also love the vintage gold and the aged brass, which is from the other collection, from the original wax collection. And I'm going to heat it as well so I can soften the wax. So this is another favorite of mine to use to highlight things, along with that vintage gold and the aged brass. So now you see how soft this is, and all you have to do is just add highlights. So I don't want to add it everywhere. I want to just add highlights in certain areas. And it looks so pretty with the pink. I just love it. Truthfully, I prefer using this with my fingers because I like just adding highlights on top. So I'm going to do that. So I don't like touching the bottom because it gives it depth. So you could do either way. You could use it with a paintbrush or you could use it with your fingers. Both work really, really well, at least for the highlight part. I even want to do a little bit of here on the edges. I mean, this combination is just gorgeous. That might be my favorite new combo. I love combining, I think, the pinks with the oranges. I've always done that before. Actually, I've done it in the past. So I don't know why I didn't think of it before. So look how pretty this looks. And I'm going to do the same thing on this one. I'm going to add highlights, and it looks pretty in a different way as well. So just adding these beautiful highlights everywhere and leaving the other colors underneath, so it creates a really beautiful depth in the texture of the tag. Really makes it gorgeous. So there we go. Now we have the two tags done, and they look awesome. I love them so much. Now I'm going to add a little sentiment, and then we'll be done, and that's it. So a couple more embellishments. I thought to add these hands to each one of them, and also a couple of these sentiments from the Mechanicals Rusty Labels. So for these, I thought they would look really cute right here with the hands, but the color doesn't match. So that's why I love these waxes, because you could match up the colors to these. So these look really cool. It's a really nice way of holding that. And then I'm just going to add this on top and also match it up. So a good way to do this is you could use little pearls. It could be any color, and you could cover up these two little holes. So let me show you what I mean. So first I'm going to use just a gel to glue them. Then I can use these little pearls to just add in the edges, because I can make them any color I want. I can color them with the waxes, and they look perfect. And they can be any color you want them to be. As long as you have these waxes, you can make them any color you want. So now I can take back the same waxes that I used before. So for this I could use, let's say, the Indian pink. And I can add a little bit of the pinkish tone on this. It's moving. Let me just take it out. It's just easier when you take it out. So you can add, and you can basically make this any color you want. So this one I've made pink, and this other one I'll make blue, and then I'll add the highlights on with the Firebird color. So you could leave it the color that it is, which is a beautiful bronze color, or you can color these any color you want, which is really nice. So they kind of match everything. So then all I have to do is take this again, which is the Firebird color, and just add the highlights back on. And you can, I could also glue this to the background if I want to. The other thing is I want to cover and make a little bit of a, I want to match the plate as well. So you can add a little bit of this color as well. It's still not dry, that's why it's moving. And cover these pearls in the color. Once this wax dries, it dries permanently. And then it will not come off your fingers. So there we go. So here are the two tags, and I'm quite happy what they came out. This would be a really cute present for somebody to include in a gift, or just to give to an artsy friend. So basically anything goes. And it says dream without fear, and this one say look for the magic. So the sentiments are really nice, and it just makes everything look so cohesive and so beautiful. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends on social media. For more inspiration, subscribe to the channel, and have an amazing day. Bye.